Junkies!
Let's move on to the first topic of the week. Let's not hold anybody up. What brought you in? What dropped today? The first 2 episodes of Hawkeye.
Well, just in
All you
case.
gotta do is say earmuffs. Earmuffs.
Not a ton of spoilers.
There's
really,
not a ton of spoilers. So, throw it to you, Dido. What did you think of the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye?
I can only comment on the first episode because,
Good enough.
despite what I have said in the past, I could not make an effort to watch 2 episodes today because I didn't get up early enough. And
What?
Yeah, I got up like 40 minutes before I had to be to work. Not before I had to be to work, before I had to leave the house.
Oh, okay.
So,
And you didn't, and the second episode's too long for you to watch during your
Yeah.
lunch.
I'm
Problem.
on lunch,
Yep.
can't sit on the toilet to watch it. So I managed to get one in after work, and I like what I saw. It did kind of wet the whistle, and I watched the other one probably after this is done.
Did either of you feel like it was both of these episodes were kind of like understated, like really kind of setting the stage for the back half of the series?
Yeah, basically, because that's what you have to do in storytelling. You can't just throw in, because again, regardless of the fact that we know who Hawkeye is, we clearly have spent plenty of time with him. New character for everybody, Kate Bishop. So you got to introduce her. You got to tell her story, her perspective, where she comes from, why she looks up to Hawkeye. It's like you got to explain all of that, and they did a really good job doing that. And I did enjoy the fact that they showed that regardless of martial arts skill, strength and ability still has to be backed up with some type of skill has to be backed up with some level of strength, because it doesn't matter how good of a striker you are, if you're 110 pounds going up against a 250-pound like dude, your punches ain't gonna hurt as much.
Right.
Your strikes ain't gonna hurt as much. So I like the fact that they acknowledged that, addressed that, let that be, in there. And yeah, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, and you saw, you bring up a very good point. You see a marked difference between when Black Widow hits somebody versus when Kate hits somebody.
Right.
Because Black Widow's got the training, she's got the strength, she's, worked on this for a long time.
Yep.
Kate's just a black belt at 15. She ain't really been doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, she might be able to strike, random thug on the street, but a real heavy mafia guy, no. That's not gonna happen.
Yep.
So, it was. But what did we think about Haley Steinfeld as Kate? Like, just Kate in general as for these first 2 episodes. What do we think?
I don't know nothing about her character in the comic book because,
That's fair.
Somebody who doesn't. So she seemed all right. Her motivation seems kind of odd because you see a dude fighting in New York, and then you're like, oh, I want to be this guy.
Well, I think seeing
like
Hawkeye
there's more.
save her, and just seeing that he was doing it with just a bow and arrow was kind of inspirational. But then the trauma of losing her dad in the Chitauri invasion made her kind of feel like, but you're not wrong. Her motivation did seem a little odd. Yep. Because I think in the comic books, if I'm trying to remember correctly, being a gifted archer was just something. It was just a hobby for her. Like she just, she picked it up because she was bored. She's, spoiled rich girl, and she was just like, I'm gonna pick up archery, and hey, I'm gonna be really, really good at it. And then she kind of just said, oh, well, I'm so good, I think I could be the next Hawkeye. It was almost like it was a braggadocious thing for her, whereas now it's like a sense of responsibility. So I don't know. What did anybody else think about it in the chat real quick? So Wolverine says they're going to build her up so by the end she's a badass. I think that's a given.
She's going to be taken over from my understanding.
Right. I think
Young
that's,
Avengers and all that other stuff.
Right. I like that she's not a full-on Mary Sue that a lot of people would like to love to throw around because even though, yes, she's really good with a blade. I mean, no, not a blade. She's really good with a bow and an arrow. She's really out of her element, and she's prone to messing up a lot of things, like the whole thing with the bell tower.
Well, no, I like that, though.
Yeah, I
it
do
shows that you can't come into this, regardless of... It basically shows what a lot of people, has been a very popular thing on YouTube recently. Are martial artists actually good fighters, or are they just good at doing the techniques that you see in martial arts. So it's like, yes, she has all this martial arts background. She has archery background. Basically, they're building her up to be she's really good at winning trophies, but trophy knowledge and ability, does that carry into the real world?
Right.
So I like that she gets to situations where it's like, now you're out of your depth. You might have some skill, but there's a difference between being able to throw a good punch in competition and then throwing a good punch to save your life. So I like that they're addressing that. I also like that they're showing how Hawkeye is, again, one of the more human characters in the sense of, he's losing his hearing. I thought that was cool that they addressed that, because it's like, dude, you've been through hell,
Right.
Many a time, with the Avengers, and that freaking musical was hilarious.
Dude, the musical was just so funny.
The Rogers music, I want to see that for real.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Like, it's just, I could do this all day. Like, oh man, that part was funny. Him, Clint pointing out that, hey, Ant-Man wasn't there. Like, what's he doing there?
Exactly.
What's he doing there? Get him out of here. So no, that was funny. The whole Hulk smash thing was kind of it was funny too. But no, it was all really good.
The black guy in the musical was Hulk.
Yeah,
like in a big green hoodie. Like,
right. Okay. So what do we make of the whole stepdad evil guy kind of thing? He looks like a mustache.
Literally got the twirling mustache, dude.
Don't he?
I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, for real with that twirling mustache.
Yep.
He's just like so
worst part
over
is,
the
though,
top. Like
his uncle had a much better name. It was Armand or whatever. It's like,
Armando's third
Jack
out of the
like,
7.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, it's like, and this dude is just Jack. Like, right.
Jack.
Yeah, just Jack. John, what's up, man? How are you doing? Takeem, everyone showed up ready to go in the MCU so far. Assassins, soldiers, roided out rage beasts. Yeah, that's the total difference between Kate and everybody else. It is good to see someone start at the bottom. Exactly. No, exactly. Wolverine's like, she need to train with Solid Snake and get some CQC training. He ain't wrong though. He ain't wrong. So obviously these was the first 2 episodes. Kind of ho-hum, and I do feel like, with it only being 6 episodes, it's probably going to really pick up next week. I feel like I did feel like it dragged in places. And I'm with Dido. I still feel like the motivation is a little bit on the weakish side, and they haven't really fully revealed what is the end game with Jack killing his uncle. And what was all that about? And why is he buying all these, black market swords and stuff like that? I don't know what's behind that, but we'll find out. I'm sure coming up next week.
Ridiculous stuff.
Iron Fist.
The what? No, just no.
No,
Dude,
that retractable sword.
best scene. You guys gotta tell me best scene. Clint going through the LARPing.
Wow, he hasn't seen that yet.
I haven't seen that yet.
Dude, okay. When you get to that part,
that's
you're
hilarious.
going to enjoy that.
That's hilarious.
You are going to enjoy that. That was really funny.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed that clip. Make sure you check out our live content on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/culturejunkies. We also have a lot of content available on YouTube, unboxings as well as Blu-ray reviews. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/culturejunkies. And on top of all of that, if you go to culturejunkies.net, you can check out our merch store. The link is culturejunkies.net/merch. There's a lot of great merchandise there. So there's links and logos and stuff all around me. So check those out, and we will see you next time.